let's discuss what your first hire is when starting a real estate team. Now, this goes pretty much for any salesperson on the planet. We talk a lot about real estate because our academy is very much focused on real estate professionals. But the truth is that it doesn't matter what business you're in, lollipops, bicycles, ice cream, or real estate. The first absolute hire in a team or a business is your assistant. Let me explain why this is important. If you are the breadwinner, the rainmaker, the person that brings in the business, at some point in time, if you've developed all your systems, your foundation, your lead flow, CRM, processes, and everything else that's required to run a business, at some point, you as a solo agent are going to reach a threshold in which you can only do so much. We're human, right? And so for some folks, that could be up to 5 or 6 clients. For some folks, they can tackle a lot more. It could be 10 to 12 clients, right? However, the first person that you should be bringing into the business is an administrative support, or an admin, or an assistant, or whatever you want to call it. Let me explain to you why. About 70% of what you do as a sales professional is paperwork and systems. Right? Let's face it. It takes you somewhere between 3 minutes and 30 minutes to lock in a client and make them want to work with you. And it takes you X amount of time to sell them a product, whatever that time frame is. If you're selling houses, it could mean a couple days on the road showing them properties. Maybe you show them 4 properties, 6 properties, 8 properties. They choose one. You're under contract. From that point forward, everything is a paper shuffle. And that paper shuffle slows you down tremendously from doing the other things that got you the client in the first place, which is making the calls, creating the relationships, doing those things that got that person to even reach the point of contract. So, if you were to take your business, take a piece of paper and put a T on it just like this, and if here you put a heart and put love, and here you put an X and you put hate, right? And you wrote down everything you absolutely love about your business, everything you love about selling real estate. Let's say speaking with clients, hosting events, building relationships, showing homes. Some people love staging, things of that nature. But those of you that are extra amazing at this stuff absolutely hate paperwork, organization, writing contracts, creating marketing, and so forth and so on. What you want to do now is you want to take this portion right here and make that the job description for your admin. This is exactly how you create that job description that you're going to put out on the internet to find the right admin. And you're going to use online systems to receive resumes, and those resumes should match the capabilities of doing the things that you hate. Now, in the later section, we'll talk more about the hiring process and maybe the right ways about hiring the right assistant, and it not always being skill-based, but sometimes very much being about whether or not they fit into your culture and your platform. But if you can find somebody who is skill-based and also fits your culture and platform, then you've got a home run from the very beginning. Fingers crossed, right? Because anything can happen. This becomes your admin's job. Now, earlier today, we said that 70% of your business could be put in the admin's hands. Think about this. Admins, they're not showing properties. They don't have to be out on the road. As a matter of fact, some admins can be virtual assistants that live in countries across the planet. They're never going to be able to show a house for you, right? But if they take on 70% of your business, well, what does that mean for you as a real estate professional? That other 30%, sorry, let me erase that and get the right color up here. That other 30% in money green, well, those are the money-making activities. Those are the things that bring money to the table. The paperwork is not what brings money to the table. The lead generation, the relationships, the communication, the negotiations, all that stuff, that's what brings the dollars, and that's what makes sense for you as the salesperson to be doing. If I give away 70% of that work, well, the 30% I could double down on. Imagine being out on the road, showing a property, calling your admin and saying, hey, I need you to write a contract for 123 Main Street, and here are the contingencies that I would like to add to the contract. Send it out to Jack and Jane Smith and have them sign it immediately. If your systems are in place, you double down on showing properties, double down on relationships, triple down on it if you like. At which point, this administrator is going to be handling all your marketing, all your paperwork, all your shuffle, all your organization, submitting documents to the brokerage, doing all that stuff, communicating with title, communicating with the lender, dealing with all of that. And so your admin is going to help you double the amount of business that you do. Now, let me explain something. Some folks make a mistake. And they come over here, and the first thing that they do is they get an agent to come help show properties because they feel overwhelmed with the part of showing properties, working with clients, having to show listings, so forth and so on. So most agents will not go the admin route, and they will bring an agent on board, assuming that if they had another agent on board, then that agent would be able to take on some of the workload that you are taking on at the moment. Here's a problem with that, though. As that agent goes on to show properties, well, they're going to turn around, they're going to say, Jack and Jane Smith want to put an offer on 123 Main Street, and you don't have an admin, well, guess who becomes the admin? Because you as the team leader make promises to your team members. That's why they give you some of that money. That's why they give you some of that commission, right? They're expecting some sort of support in return. So not only are you mentoring them, teaching them, helping them build, giving them the leads, sending them out on the road, but you're also doing their paperwork, helping them negotiate, organizing their stuff, making sure the commission splits are right, submitting documentation to the brokerage. Shoot, you're the admin. You just downgraded yourself to do $10 to $15 an hour work instead of being out there doing $200 to $300 an hour work. And that, my friends, I can't stress anymore. That is the absolute importance to hiring an admin.